What would be a starting place? I know we joke sometimes because you've done so much training that oftentimes when you're in the training, the first thing people say is, I'm not good at it. I can't breathe. I can't slow my mind down. My thoughts are racing. I'm feeling all these feelings. It's like mine's broken. I can't do it. What's the first step? So let's say you've never done any breathing exercises. You've never meditated. You've never sat on a yoga mat. You're about to kind of face this situation and circumstances in your life. What's the first piece?
In addition to obviously ensuring the resourcing, both emotional, ensuring that your body is resourced, is really starting with the breath. And I say that with a small caveat. For some, the breath is actually very triggering and they're not able to go into the breath right away. And so then they start with another sense, whether it's sound or sight or touch. It can be some other focus, but let's presume that you can access your breath and that the breath is safe and not triggering for you. And why the breath matters is because that is the one way that you can lane switch your body from fight, flight, which is going to happen in a upsetting and activated situation. And what happens to you neurophysiologically is that you are literally going into your amygdala. You lose prefrontal cortex functioning, meaning the front of your brain. Your vision literally narrows, your digestion changes. All of these physiological changes happen to you in moments of stress. And that's appropriate for some situations.
Which is a terrible place to be in if you're in a situation where you have to make decisions. I mean, a lot of times my clients, when we're in these moments, that's the moment where I'm turning to them and saying, hey, what do you want to do? How do you want to settle this? How do you want to resolve this? Do you like the settlement that's being proposed? Do you like what's being said? Do you want to continue to pursue litigation? Do you want to resolve your case? And this is the moment where their brain is going offline, where you're so activated, you're so upset that it's hard in that moment to make decisions. Or even sometimes I have moments where I don't think that the person's actually even hearing anything that I'm saying because they're just in that panicked space, that panicked fight, flight, or freeze space.
When and you're in the state that you were talking about, the way you move out of that and lane switch, move your body over to the right lane, which is your parasympathetic nervous system, which is your rest and digest or tend to befriend, but it's the part of your nervous system that is going to be allow you full access to your prefrontal cortex thinking. You're going to be much more, you're open to human connection, you're open to all of your senses are available to you. The best and fastest way to do that for most people is through breath. And we can tell our bodies that it is safe, even in situations that don't feel safe. And so there are many ways to do it, but really it is as simple as breathing. And when someone says, take 3 deep breaths, there's a reason that that works. And if possible, exhaling longer on the exhale, essentially bringing your vagus nerve online so that you can actually calm yourself. So the first step is really starting with, if you're in that situation, in addition to just breathing, and everybody has different ways of doing it. Some people really like a 3 count breath where you're breathing in for 2, hold for 2, out for 4, or some cadence of that that works for you, depending on your lung capacity. And others just like simply breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Some people have to breathe in through the mouth and out, and really just allowing yourself to take those breaths because eventually you will feel yourself begin to calm down. I also find grounding really helps. So when you're taking those breaths, allowing yourself to have your feet on the ground. And why that matters is because often when you are activated and afraid, you are actually not in the present. You are in either the future or the past. And when we do things that physically connect us to the present moment, like press our feet on the ground, look around the room, name the wall color, name the light, you're literally orienting yourself. And doing that with breath can really help you then shift out of that activated place into a more calm place. If you know you're going to do something stressful, just like you don't show up for a marathon without having practice, this is the same. You'll want to, as much as you can, be able to practice this breath work and practice accessing your emotions, because the more that you do it, you'll see that emotions are fleeting, that this is not permanent. When we are in activated situations, it's so easy to think, this is who I am, and it'll always be this way.
Right.
And the more that you develop a felt sense, then you can sit in that room with the spouse that's activating you.
Right.
You can keep your breathing clear and connected, and you can know it will not always be like this. This is hard right now. I can hold this, and it won't be hard in 2 hours or when this is over. And sometimes we don't know when things are going to be over.